Hi there, it's been a hot minute. Sorry about that. I've now been off more weeks than I was on for. Ooh, whoops. I kind of lost, not interest, I lost hope. I lost hope of a good podcast to ever come of this. Ah, no, I kind of, um, I, I had a rut, and then I put too much pressure on myself, and it just turned into a whole thing. And so then I was like, "Oh, maybe I should record it." I was determined to do it live every time, and then there was one that I didn't do live, and I was like, "Oh, I don't have to do it live. I can do it whenever." And then I did it never. So, oh well, and I also got sick in there somewhere. So I'm back now, though. I wanted to talk about a topic. First of all, we didn't have our weekly laugh. Laughter is the best medicine, so we're gonna need to do that here. Are you ready? It's gonna be very forced. Just get ready for this to be awkward and cringy and embrace it anyway, because I am grateful for pity laughs. Anyway, your weekly laugh. Your weekly. What did I say last time? I don't remember what I said last time, but I said something along the lines of your weekly dose of laughter is here now. You're welcome. Ha ha ha. How did I even I don't even remember how I did it. So I'm just gonna Um, that's all I got for you today. Sorry. I'm 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 good. I'm decompressing. It's it's not that I'm not in a good mood. I am in a good mood. I'm just not like in a high energy laffy taffy mood kind of thing. So anyway, here's where the topic comes in for today. Um How much can you even do in a single week? I did a lot this week. Did you guys do a lot this week? I hope you did. There's a noise going on out there, and I have no idea what it is. Hopefully, it's not anyone getting injured. I'm not hearing crying, so that's a good thing. Their dad is with them, so they're good. They're set. They have an adult. There's an adult supervising out there, which is good. Um, so I had a good week. I did a lot this week. I am someone who I have ADHD, in case you couldn't tell. That's something that I've got going on in my head and out of my head. It's all over. It's everywhere in me. I have ADHD. It's a disease of the mind. It's actually a superpower, but unfortunately, society doesn't really see it as a superpower. It's kind of seen as like a hindrance and treated as such. But people who have it, when they're able to unleash it, it kind of turns into this whole thing. I've turned it into a super hobby of cubing. If you don't know what that is, that's Rubik's cubes. See, Rubik's cubes have always stressed me out like really bad because I didn't know how to do them. That was the reason why they stressed me out. So I about a year ago, I learned how to do a 3 by 3 Rubik's cube. That wasn't enough for me, so I got a cubic centimeter. Now, like that big. I'm serious. A cubic centimeter. Think about it. A centimeter. A working Rubik's cube, a centimeter big. And then I got an inch one, and then anyway, I have 11 Rubik's cubes. Not Rubik's brand, but like puzzle cubes. 3 by 3 wasn't good enough, so I went to a 4 by 4, and then my friend, she kind of threw this into addiction mode where for my birthday, she sent me a 12-sided puzzle. It's not a cube, it's a dodecahedron, and it scared the fork out of me, and I was not sure if I could even do it, but I figured it out because technically it's a 3 by 3. It's three pieces on each edge. So I just went ahead and I did it, and I figured it out. I think it only took like 20 minutes to figure out. It wasn't hard. It wasn't bad at all. Bad at all. I can talk. Diction, diction, diction. I keep having to remind myself. I wonder why. I've been talking my whole life. I've never shut up since the time I was like 2. I remember asking my parents if I was 3 yet. I remember around my 3rd birthday, because they told me a few days before my birthday. Now, kids, I'm just going off on a tangent. You're welcome. Kids, they don't have the same concept of time that adults do. So what they end up doing is not yet for little kids means ask again in a few minutes. My parents, I think I had an early birthday party or something, so they told me I wasn't 3 yet. So I remember distinctly running up to them. I have this memory of running up to them every few minutes. I don't know if it was a few days or just one day. I have no idea. Those poor people. But I kept running up to them. Am I 3 yet? Am I 3 yet? So yeah, I've been talking my whole life and I've never stopped ever. Um, it's just been one of those things that I keep doing and doing and doing. I talk, talk, talk. I overshare. I overthink. I think out loud and not in a cute Ed Sheeran way, in like a, "Oh my gosh, this lady's psycho" kind of way. It's not pretty. It's not pretty. It's fun though. I'm never bored. Um, Bringing me back to my obsession, um, puzzles. I love puzzles. I love cubes. So I did the 12-sided. Now, I had stopped at a 4 by 4, but then my friend got me the 3 by 3, and I was like, "How far can I take this? How far can I take this?" So that brought me to I added 2 new family members to my crew that I think it was 2 weeks ago now, I added 2 new family members. One was the 5 by 5, and the other one was a 5 by 5 dodecahedron. So I sat down next to my husband at our kitchen table, and I said, "I don't know if I can do this. This might have been a terrible mistake. What if I'm just stupid? What if this is a really stupid thing to get, to buy, to try and figure out? What if this ends me? What if my brain can't handle it? What if I can't do it?" Like, all the fears of the what ifs. And it didn't take that long to figure out. I think I figured it out. It wasn't I mean, it's not that m it's I got the 5 by 5 cube first so I could learn the concept. I already knew the concept of the other 12-sided puzzle, and so just combine it's like those 2 had a baby. That's it, and so I just combined the 2 ideas, and it worked out just fine. It was good. It was golden. Um, I don't know why I brought up the puzzles. Oh, I was telling you how my week was. Yep, that's my week. Puzzles, cubing. I like cubing. That's my life. Not my whole life. I also sing and write music. I haven't written in a while, but I also learned I don't know if you guys are hearing this song, Little Girl Gone by Chinchilla. Um, I can't sing it. It's kinda like a rap. But anyway, I like to play songs by ear, and that song I've been listening to on repeat. It's kind of like an anthem the last couple of days. I've been listening to it on repeat. So I'm like, "What if I could learn this on guitar?" And I did. I learned it. Yeah, it's there. It's done. I did it. So, I learned that one on guitar. So that's pretty fun. So I sing. I just figured I'd introduce myself. Okay, that's what this episode is. That's what it's turning into. So that's what it's gonna be. I didn't know that before. Um, I didn't know that before I started recording. I decided I'd start hopping on and ramble on and see where it takes me. So here's where it's taking me. I do cubing, I sing, I write music. I also play video games. Well, one. I play one. Sometimes I'll play other, but mostly one. It's called Sea of Thieves. It's a pirating game. It's so fun. It's so fun. You can be a pirate. You can talk like a pirate. You can play pirate shanties. You can do quests. You can impale people and skeletons and ghosts. It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. Um, I really enjoy that. That's a good outlet for me personally. Um, I It's a good way to just like chill because I'm not mom, I'm not wife, I'm not there's no responsibilities. It's just me having fun. It's just a good outlet. I'm totally kicking it up with my feet on my desk right now because I was gonna be sitting up for this and then I slouched and I was like, I'm going to record slouching and my mic was gonna be out of the frame. That did not break. I heard it. That dish did not break. I did not hear it break. I heard it clang. There is a difference. I don't know if you yeah, I don't know if the mic picked it up, but if it did, I promise, hearing it on this side, it did not break. Um, so I really like the aspect of just letting loose and hanging out and getting together with people, and there's teamwork. I got really into it. I'm an army wife, so I there was a point in time where we moved across the country, and I was by myself with little kids, and I'd already liked the game before deployment, but for 13 months straight, we had moved across the country away from friends and family right before a 13-month-long deployment, and we didn't know it was gonna be 13 months. We thought it was gonna be a year. Ugh, and then there was a big stretch in there where we couldn't see each other for a long time. We thought we had already done our longest stretch, and it was actually at the end. We thought it was I think we only thought it was gonna be, like, 10 or 11 months. I actually don't remember. Too much trauma from being a military family. I don't remember which trauma I'm trying to remember. Um, but a way that I was able to put, I I am I don't trust people with my kids. I don't trust people at all, and I am an introvert, but I am a social butterfly. It makes no sense. I make no sense at all. Not to myself, not to other people. Maybe eventually to myself, I don't know. But I'm fidgeting. Ah! It's fine, it's fine. So anyway, it was a good way for me to take care of my kids and stay at home and hang out with them, and so, like, I'd get them to bed. I actually had them they were younger, and so an earlier bedtime actually worked really well. I give them bedtime of 6:30, which seems early, but it's really not. And once they get used to it, it's fine. And they wake up before the butt crack of dawn anyway, so it doesn't matter, right? It's fine. So, what I did is I would put them to bed at 6:30, and then I would just hop on and hang out with friends. Well, I think before that though, because 'cause they'd wind down a little bit, right? So kids anyone who's not familiar with children, they don't go to sleep the second you put them in bed. Shocking. I know, I just rocked your whole world. Um, they don't go to bed immediately. So what I did is as they were winding down, what I would do is I would go and do the dishes, wipe down the counters, that's when I would, like, do, like, close up shop, make sure all the doors are locked, make sure everything is shut down, lower lighting, nighttime, load the dishwasher, all the things. Um, and then I'd sit down and I'd play, and I'd just hang out, and you just meet some really cool people there. You meet other people who are just gamers to game. They don't wanna make friends, and that's fine too. You meet some very toxic people. Oh my good golly gracious, you would not believe the number of toxic people I have run into. Some people, like, will pretend they're wanting to be your friend on this quest, and then they'll sink your ship and steal all your treasure. It's a lot of fun. How much time did I just spend talking about a video game that you may or may not even relate to a little bit? Probably about 5 minutes. I'm sorry. Not sorry enough to not do it, but, like, sorry that if that bored you. Um, I care what people think about me. I do. But here's the kicker. I'm not looking for anyone's approval. I am someone who a lot of people are like, "Oh, don't care what people think of you. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it." I do worry about it. I do. I want people to feel safe with me. I want people to feel cared about by me. I want to make sure that I'm giving the right I wanna make sure that I'm giving off the right vibes, if that's the right word for it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that's the right word for it, but I care what people think to a degree where I want people to feel comfortable with me. Um, I'm not entitled to it though, but I would rather be a blubbering mess, spazzy as hell, and fall on my face, look like an idiot. I would rather do that. Um, I'd rather be overbearing and annoying and or what are the words I'm looking for? Overbearing, annoying, spazzy, messy. What's the word for messy? Ah, I know it's here somewhere. Sloppy? Maybe sloppy is the word? I don't know. I'd rather look sloppy and messy and just like a mess. I will fall flat on my face. However, like, anytime, anytime. I would rather do that. I'd rather go over the top and be annoyingly nice or annoyingly thoughtful, than risk anyone thinking that I don't care. Mind you, I have ADHD, and with that comes out of sight, out of mind relationship ghosting, um, and I'm very guilty of that also. I'm very guilty, so I'm not like so people do feel like I don't care a lot of the time, but the people who've taken the time to know me know that it's not personal. It's just me. It's just me, and I need to do better at that. Sometimes I'll, like, set alarms on my phone to, like, "Hey, respond to that person." I'll send myself reminder texts, things like that. What else about me? I'm spazzy, I'm awkward, I'm cringy as fuck. Ah, I'm so cringy. I am so cringy. But I own it. I'm not in denial of that. I don't beat around it. I don't deny it. I I'll own it. I'll flaunt it. I will I'll sit in the cringe. I embrace it. I embrace my cringy, overbearing self. Um, so I actually had a friend that I thought was a friend, and they weren't really a friend, and they called me overbearing, and I was like, "Thanks for caring enough about me to be honest with me." Where they had actually anyway, that's a whole thing. But I'm like, it's actually, so thoughtful to be called overbearing because I'd much rather be overbearing than have anyone think that I don't care. I'd rather be annoyingly caring. I'd rather overstep. You can always tell somebody that they're overstepping. You can always tell somebody that they're overstepping. But if they're not, engaging, you can't always be like, "Hey, engage." You can always tell them, like there's always, like if they're not engaging, you're not gonna go chase them down. But if someone's going too much, you know, "Whoa, boundary." You know what I mean? So, I think it's easier to set a boundary with an overbearing person than it is to let somebody know that you would like a relationship or a friendship when you don't feel like it's reciprocated. So, I'd rather be loud and s cringy about liking people? Making friends, meeting new people. I make connections really easily. It's funny though because they say that, like, there's, like, the honeymoon phase of, like, relationships and friendships, and a lot of the red flags that narcissists have are actually a lot of the same things that people with ADHD do. Not because of narcissism, just because we just do it. We just we it's like a dopamine dump. It's a new relationship, a new friendship, it's a dopamine dump. It's a dope dump. You kind of and so you kinda move really quickly. It's like instant best friends. You know, there's like a GIF goes around, "Do we just become best friends?" "Yep." You know, just that's how that works. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. That's just how we do it. But then we'll ghost you and not talk to you for months, and I'll be like, "Oh, hi. Remember how you sent me that message, like, a long time ago and I never responded? It's too late to respond now?" Eh. So there's that too. So I'm spazzy, I'm awkward, I'm overbearing, I'm ghosty, and I love cubing. I have weird hobbies. I've sewn stuff. I made a quilt one time that I entered it into a competition and it's like my first ever quilt and I got like 3rd place at like a national quilt competition in my division. So to be fair, I was 18 and it was a 12 to 18 division. So it wasn't like that it was impressive, but not like it wasn't like It wasn't like, throw her a parade impressive. It was like, "Nice job, girl." Thanks. I did it. I did it. I'm proud of myself. So anyway, I play music, I sing music, I write songs, I sew. I am a typical ADHDer with crap tons of hobbies and interests and words that just keep on streaming out of my face. So, I decided to put them somewhere, and this is where I opted to put them on a podcast, which is it will turn into podcast form right now. It's just a YouTube channel with videos of me just talking, sometimes with my colleague and sometimes just on my own. And I need to have more guests on here. I don't know where I went into this accent. It just happened. So, I'll bring it back though. It's gonna be what it is. I am learning about life. I am learning about new interests. I'm learning about things that are relevant to emotional intelligence, self-reflection, success in personal and professional life. Um, and I think there are a lot of things that are relevant that people don't realize. There are things that you miss, like if when you go into professionalism, is that even a word? I don't even know. I'm so professionalism, guys. I am so professionalism. I am the epitome of professionalism. No, I am not the epitome of anything. But I try to be. I'm not a professional. I'm actually not even a little bit of professional. But I did dabble a little bit in the professional world, and I'm wanting to be an entrepreneur. Oh, that's another hobby for another time. I'm learning affiliate marketing. Look it up. It's quite interesting. You can do some really cool stuff. So that's cool. Um, but some things are relevant. Some things that you when you go into like the job force, the workforce, a lot of things there are a lot of things how do I say this? You lose some life skills, I think. There are some life skills because you in the workforce, if you're work a 9 to 5, oftentimes you do the same thing over and over again. And so sometimes relationships can fall through the cracks, and sometimes relationship with yourself can fall through the cracks. So what I'm trying to do and what I've learned in my experience of all 28 years that I've lived on this floating rock in space with some puddles on it, I have learned that sometimes you need to have there are things that you need to know for both, and when you can find a good balance, there's sun is shining through my window into my eyes. When you have a good, like how do I say this? I don't know how to say this. Basically, what I'm trying to say is I want to bridge the gap. There are things that you don't think about that will help you in your personal life, your relationship with yourself, as well as with family and friends. And I also want to bridge the gap of people who are working at home thinking that they could never get a job, thinking they never know what it takes to be in the workforce, or like people who find themselves in a situation where they can't just be one income household anymore, and someone needs to go back into the job force after years. And I think that there's a lot of opportunities out there where people don't have to it doesn't have to look the same. And there are skills that you can have, things you can learn, ways you can present yourself, mindsets, from mindsets to skills to, um, I don't know, deep thoughts that maybe you just didn't think about. Just ways to be emotionally intelligent and to be a good person and to grow and to be a positive influence on the world around you, whether that's in the home or among colleagues or friends or wherever you are. Just things that will help you with life in general across the board. I'm learning stuff. I'm bridging gaps, and I'm bringing people along the ride with me, along the ride with me, along for the ride with me, along with me for the ride. A lot. I don't know how to say this. Someone tell me how to say this. Along with me for the ride. Along for the ride. Along for the ride. Come along for the ride with me. Ta-da! Ah! There it is. Um, so that's what I'm doing, and I hope you like it, and if you don't, then bye. Uh, you don't need to like it. I'm not in it to get approval. I'm not in it to get liked. I'm in it to get I'm in it to create a safe space for other people who feel like they are not floundering, but want to know more. Anybody else who feels like they're a noob sometimes, because I feel like you don't know what you don't know until you learn what exactly it is you don't know, and once you've learned that, then it's something you do know, and then you need to find a new thing you don't know. You know what I mean? Anyway, um, yeah, come along with me for the journey. Come along with me for the ride, the journey, the ride, the chapters. This is a chapter, and we are going to drive on this road, and it's going to be bumpy and rocky, and there's probably going to be some potholes and some off-roading and some puddles, maybe some jumps. We'll see. We'll see. But it's gonna be fun, and I'm gonna have fun doing it, and I might fall flat on my face, and I'm good with that. I'm really good with that. If I can make one person feel more comfortable in their skin, I'm gonna do that. Either either you come here and you see me in all my lazy glory. I'm not that lazy. I got ready to I had church today, so of course I'm recording this on a Sunday after church. I decided to just come sit in front of my microphone and ramble. So, yeah, I look nice today. You're welcome. Um, most of the time don't. I care what people think, but not to a point where I'm trying to fit in anywhere. I think it was, Brené Brown? I'm trying to remember, but of the opposite of fitting in is belonging. I wanna give people a sense of belonging. I want people to have a safe space. I don't want anyone to conform to me. I'm not going to conform to anyone else. I'm going to do what I feel is best to create a safe space for people, but I'm not about to let people's, um, opinions of me or my life choices or anything else determine what choices I should make. I'm going to make my decisions based off of what I feel is best, and I want to learn as much as I can possibly learn as I make the decisions that go along with lifing. So, join me. It'll be fun. It'll be an adventure. Won't it be grand? I think it will. Um, pretty sure this is chapter 6. This is the 6th chapter I've recorded. However, I really feel like this would be a great introduction to me, so maybe I'll just call this the intro chapter where I actually, like, introduce myself. Hi, I'm Naomi. I don't know if I said my name earlier. My name is Naomi. Welcome. Um, I hope that I am giving you a space where you can walk away feeling good. Either you will appreciate my authenticity, or you will feel really good that you are not this fucked in the head. Either way, you're welcome. Love you. Bye. Oh, where's my ending video? Oh no, my mouse is working. Not working. There it is. Okay, bye.